Good evening, everyone. It's DJ Sweetly. Let the youth live. We're all about solutions to what's going on the streets. We're losing so many of our young people. Now we've got a very, very special guest passing through this evening. Man like 9-5 Crip. So hopefully he won't be too long and he'll be up on the podcast. Can't wait. Massive shout out to Pop Patrol. How you doing? You alright? Good to see you. Definitely give me a call when you can, alright? Because I still need to speak to you. Right, yeah. Yeah, I did know that you did the knife amnesty in London and Kent. So big up to you, all right, Ryan? Well done. Hey, we've got 9-5 Crip. I'm going to add you up in a second, all right? Okay. Shout out to Stephen, proud and gifted. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Right, I'm going to request you now, 9-5, all right? Would it let me? Request. Let's see. Right. Hang on. Right, I've requested you, all right? So hopefully it won't be long and we'll have 9-5 on. But yes, he's certainly been shining out in our communities. Is it letting me do it? Right, let's try one more. Accept. Right, hopefully that's it. Has it gone? Yay! How you doing, man?
What's going on? You all right, Miss Lee, yeah?
Good to see you. Yes. Thank you for coming on tonight. I am so proud of you. Like, seriously, you came to my attention, I'd say, at least a year ago, for what you're doing in the community.
Yeah.
And the way that you speak out about, you know, things that need to be talked about, but from a real perspective.
Yeah.
Keeping it real always. So big up to you.
Thanks as well. You know what I want to say to you as well, you know, I respect what you're doing and that, you're saving all the lives and that. Cause you see that's what I'm about, you know, I'm about saving lives and the youth and that still. So that's the only reason why I wanted to do this interview with you, cause I respect what you're doing still. So I wanted to say that firstly, yeah?
Bless you, man. I appreciate that. Big up, respect as well. I noticed we've got Zeph online, and I know Zeph from years ago.
Okay. All
yes,
right.
And I noticed recently, are you related?
Yeah, that's my family right there still.
Big up, mate. Yeah, love Zeph as well. And I know that he did something. I'm sure he intervened in a stabbing a few years ago.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been on the road.
Mm-hmm. And I remember at the time, because it was outside barbers, and I don't think anyone else, you know, but he literally, you know, and I said to him, you know, people aren't doing that, and big up to him. So yeah, what a small world, man.
Yeah, I know it's small like that.
It is. It certainly is. Now, I wanted to speak to you about the UPP party. Is that your tunes?
Yeah, but the UPP, it's like 7,000 strong now. You know what I mean? It keeps growing.
Wow. Amazing,
so, like,
man.
What it is we've got people in like other areas in the UK and that just feeding back information to me, yeah, and trying to follow the blueprint that I'm doing down here. You understand, in my area, like in considering like drug dealers on the estates and whatnot, and just community spirit in general, innit? That's what we're all about, the UPP. You
Hmm.
understand? Mm.
Yeah,
But I'm
that
glad
is,
that,
I was going to say 7,000 strong. How long
yeah,
ago did you start the UPP party?
years ago now, about 2 years and a bit ago.
Hmm. And I
Yeah,
remember seeing you outside City Hall looking
yeah,
for Sadiq Khan.
that's correct. Yeah,
Yes. Did you manage to find him? Did he come out?
but no, he never came out, but we're still tracking him down now as well. Like he don't want to confront the people. Do you know what I mean? So it's really hard to
No.
get him to confront. Mm,
Yeah, that's what I found because I've been trying to get hold of him and
yeah,
I get nothing. Like
yeah.
even I'm tweeting, I'm trying all different avenues. So literally going forward, any kind of times you're going up there, let me know
I
because I
will
want
do.
to
Yeah,
come. All right.
yeah, definitely, definitely,
Hmm.
100%.
Now with the UPP party, what is it that you are doing, right? Because I could see that you're doing like beef squashing, conflict resolution,
Yeah.
which we bloody need that, and we need loads of it.
That's like one side of it, because obviously the man them on the road that I deal with, we kind of do like that, squashing the beast on the road and going to different areas and doing certain things. But we've obviously got a political side as well to it that people are
Mm.
working on behind the scenes. Do you know what I mean? We're trying to get into power politically, or trying to at least have a political change of certain
Mm-hmm.
things. Do you understand? But
I so.
that's
Mm-hmm.
not really my side of it. I do more like the ground side of it, like the road side of it. But I've got people that actually do that side.
Mm-hmm. Now I was going to say I discovered quite recently. I've been reading a lot, looking into a lot of things. It's been
Mm.
driving me mad. Like solution wise, I know there's lots of solutions,
Yeah.
but I didn't know kind of how to how we're going to get those solutions.
Mm.
Also to deal with immediately saving lives
Mm.
because we needed solutions that will keep people alive while we try and break down the system, while we go for the legal bits to attack the system. So I've been doing the podcasts mainly to get the community, to talk, to say what the solutions are, how we keep people alive. Um, the bleed control kits were the top of the list because
I rate
that's,
that.
they save lives.
Mm.
So I've been kind of trying to prioritize that. I've been really trying to get them into our areas. I've managed to get, we've got East Dulwich.
Yeah.
My next is Peckham, and that's going
Yeah.
to be happening in the next, I'd say, 2 or 3 weeks. We're going to have one there. But my
Okay.
vision is they go everywhere. London are a bit behind
Yeah.
because Birmingham, bloody hell, they've got thousands. They've
Serious, yeah?
been, yeah, they've been bang on it, right? You've got neighbours clubbing together to buy a kit for the high street. You've got
Mm.
friends going, right, let's just put 20 quid each in until we can get a cabinet, right? So the sooner that starts happening in London, the better,
See that? I
because
reckon
it's not like a,
that's all to do with like community spirit now and coming together as a community. It sounds like Birmingham got more of a community spirit now. They're all coming together. We need to do that in London more. And that's what I'm
yeah,
kind of like, innit?
yes.
That's my whole, like, about the whole communities coming together and putting together. Like, you were saying something as well that kind of got to me in the sense of that you've been going to certain artists, yeah, and they don't want to pay for the thing. I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's not just artists either. Like I've had this GoFundMe, right, for a year and a half. Now
Yeah,
I do, like I'm a DJ, I do lots of shows, I support lots of people, right? Not just
yeah,
in the music, but also community wise as well.
yeah.
I've tried twisting arms. I've tried, lots of promoting of the GoFundMe. I've put
Mm.
videos up to explain, but I do feel that it's going to take the right people. Like there's some people like yourself that as
Mm.
soon as you see it, you know what it is, you know it saves lives, you know it makes
So,
sense, I don't have to explain it to you and say how important that is, right? But
Yeah.
there's a lot of people out there, and I from one of the books that I was reading, and it's to do with sorting out communities, solving problems, because it's been driving me mad, wondering why, like, I'm trying to explain to people, break it down, you know, and it's still not going in. But I believe it's because a big percentage of the community and people in general, they're tunneling, right? They've got their own things, like, you know, their family to feed, their job, and they can't think. They can't, like, even take it on board. So yeah.
Once a few good voices start speaking up, it's like a roller coaster effect, isn't it? Like, it's just getting it started. Once it gets started and the right voices are speaking, it will happen. Do you understand? It's just that we need more voices speaking and talking how we're talking now. Do you know what I mean? That's and proper voices that have got like a pull in the community or a pull. Musicians, do you know what I mean? Certain musicians should be speaking up against these sort of things. You understand? And speaking, we need more bleed boxes in areas. I'm damn sure, yeah, if certain artists were speaking up right now, there'll be more bleed boxes in London. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, I've done a few challenges, knife crime, you know, trying to get people to speak out in the music. That's been very hard for years. But I'm determined, like yourself. And this is why, you see, when I saw you speaking out, when I saw what you were talking about, I was like, wow, like, you know, it just feels good hearing other people speaking on it. You know, what's going on with, you know, some of the platforms, because I've heard you speak out about some of these platforms that are pushing the narrative, the violence. I know you've spoken out on Fumes the Engineer.
Yeah, I know.
Who else? And recently K Coke. And what you said, I literally, when I heard that track, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
this is what I'm talking about. Like, people in positions like that and like a voice of your streets now. You should be doing better to your community. You should be saying better for your community. I don't know what that whole tune was about, to be honest with you. See me, I'm not really a musician like that, but a real musician that's got pull in their community, should be stopping the kids going through what we went through. You understand? Because at one time he was talking about putting down the guns and the knives and all of that. So what happened to all of that? Do you understand what I'm saying? Make a change, you got to be stand by whatever change you make, no matter what anyone says. You understand what I'm saying? That's a real man to me.
Yeah, definitely. Now, did you know, I'm not sure if you've seen it on any of my posts, because one of our solutions over the years, one of them, I've always spoken about it, but I didn't know how I could go about it, right? But I knew in Glasgow, and even here somebody attempted, the guy I had on last week, he attempted it, which was a gang truce, right? Peace treaty, right? Because I do feel like if they could manage to do it, that would definitely help things for the time being, at least. But there's an MP, I think I'll probably get her on next week, hopefully. She is attempting it. She's actually going for it. So big up to her. Yeah, actually, you know what I mean? Actually having a go. Because that's all we want people to do, is have a go, isn't it?
Bravery, innit? I rate her for her bravery still. It's not an easy job, but at least she's brave enough to stand up and do it. You know what I mean? And be a voice to try and make a change. You know what I mean?
Now, I've had a few different people say to me about that because of the way the gangs are here, it's different to America because it's very generational over there. Do you think it's something possible we could do here? A gang truce?
Anything's a possibility. Anything can be done, you know what I mean? With the right people doing it. It's all about the right people doing it, Carl. Like, we're talking about certain rappers now that's got pull. They should be trying to do that within their own communities. I don't see that going on even in my own community, you know what I mean? There should be people trying to make this truce happen. Listen, we can't squash every beef, innit? Certain beefs, there's going to be we can limit it. And that's what I'm all about. I'm a realist, innit? So I'm about being real to the fact that we can limit the beef and stop the generational curse going on. And the youth just killing themselves repetitively through beef. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm about.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, if we don't get involved, if people don't start getting involved and we just leave it to the system that we're in is set up to be exactly what we're getting, right? So it seems to me this system is set up for young dead people, right?
Yeah.
So I'm fully with you, with your UPP, going for the legal, like going for sections of the system. But to
that's the
do
only
that,
that's the only way we can make a real change, innit? And that's what I said to you before. Nothing's more powerful than community. Do you understand that? Nothing can beat community. Coming together of people. Do you understand? Changes will be made once the togetherness is there.
yes. Yeah, and that's what it's going to take is everybody, coming together and the right people, like you're saying, who are going to, speak up. Now, I don't know if you know, but there is some law that's coming in.
Okay.
That is, I've literally printed out it inside out, gone and looked at what it is because I'm not convinced that it's going to solve stuff. It's not going to be in for maybe a year or so. It's going to be dealing with social media, online platforms. I think platforms with over 100,000, right? And they're going to start making them accountable. Okay. So it's going to be through Ofsted, and then they're going to charge them, I think, 18% of their global income. It all sounds brilliant, right? But my thing is, and I've even watched it I actually watched some of the meeting in Parliament because I thought, no, I need to know about this. I'm not waiting around for it to be, you know what I mean? It's not going to help with anything. So I'm not convinced. It's massive what they're trying to do, right? So the bill's called the Online Harms Bill. And they're attempting to deal with the whole of social media. Now, bearing in mind, there's no other countries that have attempted this, and the UK are attempting it.
Wow.
That's what I said. Right? So what I did realise was that already there's problems like specific words that they're going to be, trying to find Facebook and all that. Words like harm. They haven't even defined it yet. So you can't nick someone and you can't...
That's crazy. Do that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And how much is this all going to cost? I reckon billions, bloody billions.
They should be putting all that money to the bleed boxes that you're trying to do.
One day they will, 9-5, right? But you know it, once we've got them all out, once it's all, you know what I mean? And we're on to it, then it should be law. When I proper clocked this, they should be law, right? Pubs, clubs, we shouldn't be having to pay for them, but I'm not hanging around waiting.
No, you can't.
No,
you can't.
Can't hang around waiting.
Communities have got to get now and start putting together and get a bleed box in every community. That's what should be going on right now.
That's the least of it. Yeah, that's like basics, right?
Yeah,
that is basics. That's just like proper first aid for people with catastrophic bleeding.
Right now we've got
just stabbing.
See, right now we've got to deal with the cause. Obviously, we're going to get to the prevention. Obviously, the prevention is first, but right now we're at the cause. What you're doing is the cause right now. Say that's right now, but we're going to come together like people like me and you, and like-minded people, and think of the solutions, the real solutions, the preventions to all of this going on. Like, that's what I'm saying. Certain crimes would not be going on in the communities if real men and women were standing up in their communities and owning their communities and stop being scared of certain things in their communities. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, but I do also understand how scary it is for people, right? Because just for example, the weapons that are involved on our streets, right? And this is daytime, broad daylight,
Mm,
yeah, high streets.
mm.
Like, what are we doing with these weapons that are, you know, the zombie knives? They're designed to kill animals. You know what I mean? To go
Yeah.
to war.
That's correct.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think that, you know, like whenever they, even like down to, you know, like the stop and search thing that they're doing, you know, that when they find any weapons, they need to go for the manufacturers.
Yeah.
They need
Yeah.
to go and find, you know, where they're coming from. And when I did some research, because the thing is, these guns and that don't just make their own way into certain communities, do they?
Yeah, that's another side of it as well. That's true. But what I'm saying, we gotta reprogram the minds of the youths though, innit? Like that's what we
Mm-hmm.
really gotta do. Like a knife's supposed to be in the drawer, but my son's supposed to know he can't just take that and go outside now, innit? That's what I'm trying to say. So we've got to reprogram their minds. It's hard, innit? I ain't got the answers, you know, Miss Lee, but like this is
No.
the sort of angle I'm coming at. I'm coming at like we've got to reprogram the minds of the youth, yeah, with real
Mm-hmm.
men talking, teaching them the right way. You understand? As what I said, crime's never going to stop, but we can limit it in our own communities. And that's what I'm about. Taking control of your own community. The youth running up and down with knives and that. What real men can't stop that going on, or at least attempt to stop that going on. Like a little kid just lost his life, yeah, trying to save a 84-year-old woman, I think it was. Like, do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like a hero, that's a real hero. Now, if a little kid's doing that, what about men? What about
Mm-hmm.
real men trying to change their communities and stop these youths killing each
Yeah.
other? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of elders encouraging
Mm,
the youth.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And putting them up there to go and do stuff.
I'm against that fully. That's one thing I'm
Mm.
defo against.
Yeah. No,
Like
I know you are. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
my time coming up, like, because you see me, I don't like talking about the past. I'm here to change the future, you know, Miss Lee. I'm not
Yeah.
here to talk about my past, but obviously my past is my past, and coming from that to where I am now, we can all make a change in it, and we can
Mm-hmm.
all.
Yeah.
It's
You're
all
proof
about
of that. Yeah. And big up
respect.
to you. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Miss Lee. I appreciate that. You understand? But it's all about respect. Do you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
respecting your community and everyone around it. Do you understand? And we can get that back. It's not like certain people talk to me, you know, and they say like, oh, it's far gone, and it's not far gone. Nothing's never far gone. You understand? It's just the right change and the right things implemented, and things will change. A lot of these youths get to me, you know, and they really do want to change, you know. They don't want to carry knives. Youths tell me that. That I don't want to carry a knife 9 5, but you know what? It's just the way it is. I need to be safe, and we talk, and you know what I mean? And I meet a lot of these youths as well. Do you understand? So I see where they're coming from, but it's just a mindset. We have to
Mm-hmm.
change all the kids' mindset, and it's that generation now, isn't it? That younger generation. That's what I'm trying to work on.
Yeah. Exactly. Because they're the future, aren't they? And
Mm,
we
yeah,
want, do you know, the problems we've got now, we definitely can make sure that we haven't got those same problems in the future by doing
mm,
what, you know, what we're talking about, actually going for solutions, working together. And
yeah,
I'm looking forward to working with you going forward
def-
as well.
definitely, 100%. You see, I told you already at the beginning of the interview, I don't really like do these things, but you know what? Your cause, yeah, I stand by that still. But you're saving lives, you know. I do God's work as well. You get me? So
You
it's
do.
yeah, 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 100%.
Hmm. And that's what it's about, isn't it? You know, saving lives, keeping
Yeah,
people alive until
yeah,
this, you know, all of this is sorted out. I mean, everything as it is right now, you know, the government, they've looked at statistics. They knew all
mm,
this was coming. You can't
mm,
say, you know, like they know what's going on, and they're just
mm,
ignoring it because it brings in money. I mean, I hear
mm.
they're making more prisons. What do we
Wow.
need more? Like, because it's so much money. I mean, that's definitely a part of the system we've got to go for. You know, the
Yeah.
stopping. You know, schools need an incentive to keep kids in there
Mm.
because we know.
See,
Mhm.
well, what I'm doing, but our aim should be to build an army of real people now, innit? It's about building that army now, yeah, to make a noise enough to move these people. Because if you're not making enough noise, you're not going to move no one. I've clocked that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we really need to gather people now and make enough noises throughout the whole communities. even me myself, I'm on the road doing it. Do you get me? Going to different areas, linking up certain man, and we're just connecting, and we've got the same like-minded
Mm.
ideas. You get what I'm saying? And that's what
Yeah.
it's about. What it is in the hood.
Hmm.
Mm.
Now, I was going to say the beef squashing, that's something we've talked about a lot on the podcast.
Mhm.
And I mean, in all communities, people are saying, like we could do with like a link that people can connect to. I don't know if it's a number or an app or whatever it is for people in
Yeah.
trouble. Because we
Mm.
can't rely on, we can't rely on the government or, these are things
Yeah.
that need to be resolved within the community that can be
Mm.
as well. And it's just
Mm.
like what you've been doing.
Yeah. Like within my own community, yeah, car man them's got to be able to handle their own communities now. We got to have can handle their community and that can squash beefs within their community. You know what I mean? Car really and truly, obviously that's not my. You get me? I don't know about all that squashing beef. That's just like what I represent. Certain people in my community, me doing it, but going to other areas and doing it. You get me? It's just, people have to take on what I'm doing and try to implement that in
Yeah.
within their own community now.
Yeah.
You
And
understand?
that's exactly what I feel we definitely need is like you're
Mm.
saying, like yourself, set up in another area, someone, so that each area, that's the only way I feel it can work.
Yeah, definitely.
And we need it all over. Um,
Mm.
so it's about trying to get the people that we need on board,
Yeah.
um, as best we can to get people doing things in different areas. But
Yeah, man.
I'm just thankful that you're doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
you as well. Definitely the work that you're doing. We're definitely going to link up. You just let me know whenever you need me there or whatever you need me to do, and I'll be doing that as well. You understand?
wicked. Yeah, no, I'm
I
looking
know.
forward to that going. You know what I mean? Just working on solutions, getting things done.
Mm.
So once this starts rolling with the bleed control cabinets, which I'm
Yeah.
sure it will at some point, like once different councils and you know what I mean, and get the money but once that happens, then you know what I mean, we can focus on the next solution and get that in place.
Yeah.
Because one of the other
Yeah.
things that's been touched on a lot is patrols. Because there's some
Mm.
boroughs that are doing it, but I'm a bit the safety factor of it for people
Mm.
doing the patrols. So I don't know how you feel on. I don't know if you think that's
What's that like? What's that like? School patrols and that, like going outside the schools.
yeah. Well, you've got some people are doing school patrols. So Brixton were doing it.
Mm.
Croydon's doing it. So it's before school and after school. But then
Mm.
you've got in other boroughs, like, oh God, I think Maidenhead or something like that, they've got like wardens going around from 8 in the morning till 9 at
Mm.
night in like high vis stuff.
Wow.
Mm,
But I would say anything to keep the youth safe, innit? Do you know what I mean?
yes.
Whatever it. Do you get what I'm saying? So I can't really disagree with it. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's a lot of work, innit? So you have to be doing that in a lot of schools and a lot of. So back to what I was saying again, if the communities were stronger, then you could just take turns within your community to do that in your local school. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than people coming from afar and having to come to the school and do the thing. You understand? It'd be better
Yes.
once we community structure. Everyone looks out for the schools in their community, like old school. You know what time it is, like that.
Hmm. And
Mm.
that's the vision that I see. I have faith that we will get that, even though it's a long time, but is to have that patience. But this is why I've kind of prioritized anything that will save lives right now, because we've
Mm.
lost so many. Um,
Yeah,
it's heartbreaking,
yeah, definitely.
but it's good that we are trying. You know what I mean? Trying to make a difference, trying to get
Mm.
the community together.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Good work. We're doing what we can in it. We're doing the most we can, and that's the main thing. We're trying to change
Yes.
lives and trying to help lives and save lives, and that's the
Hmm.
main thing. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
Honestly, man.
So yeah, and big up to you. So going forward, like I said, I'm looking forward to connecting more, working on more solutions. And I'm very
Definitely.
thankful that you came on the show today. So
No
big
problem.
up.
Yeah,
I
you
want to
too.
big up everybody up on the live as well. I know there's been a lot of comments there. Yeah, big up to everybody locked in. Are there any people out there, other people in the community who you want to big up?
I just want to big up all my UPP man, them and that, and everyone doing good works in their community, man, and pushing the right message in it. They know what it is. Man, them know the right message they're supposed to be pushing. So big up all the right man pushing the right message and my people, them, yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks for the show.
big up to all of them, man. Like I said, ratings, because you know, yeah, people are doing out of the norm, you know what I mean, against whatever, you know, and they're trying to make a difference.
That's it. That's it.
So ratings to them. Yeah, big up, man. Just seeing if I had any more. Right, yeah, something else I wanted to touch on. Youth role models.
Mm.
Because I know you've spoken out about that before.
Mm. In what way? What do you want to know about, Miss Lee? What?
Just that, yeah, I'd heard you speak about it before. You know, that there was a young boy who his role model was, but I thought it was quite an important subject to
Yeah.
speak about because this is who our young
Well,
people are looking up to.
my problem with that is we can't like children can't be looking up to children. Firstly, do you
Hmm.
understand? Like the brother that he's looking up to is not even an adult himself. You know, he don't know life himself. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the first thing. And yeah, the role models that can't be a role model. Do you understand? I wouldn't say that's a role model in my eyes anyway. No disrespect to anyone doing their music and doing their thing. Do you get me? That's their thing. But a role model, that's a different sort of thing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Hmm. So with the big platforms, this, you know, like we've got these huge platforms, just
Mm.
open up their thing, you know, claim they're experts, you know,
Mm-hmm.
telling our kids this and that. Um, but it's like they need to be made accountable. So
Of course they do.
I was hoping the online harms bill was going to deal with it all. But
Mm.
yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath on that. But what I did read somewhere is we can go as individuals, you know, through the courts to MPs,
Mm.
and get them to put that to Parliament. But then that's if you can get hold of an MP, because I've been trying to get my one for the last 3 months.
Yeah, it's hard work, man.
Yeah,
It's hard
not
work.
even replied.
Mm. Mm.
So I
That's
want to.
a, it's a, do you know what I mean? But if we're going to be choosing good role models, it has to be serious role models that are going to lead the kids, you know what I mean, into a positive lifestyle, innit? Like, I got a son myself, innit? So I wouldn't want him to come home and say to me that he wanted my man to be his role model, innit? Like, do you get what I'm saying? So I got to think about how other people are going to feel in this situation. Understand? As what I said before, no disrespect to man doing their music, but music is music. Role models is something totally different. Unless you're pushing that within your music now, that's different, isn't it? If you're pushing positivity and certain things within your music, then it's different. But from what I'm hearing going on right now, there's not a lot of role models
Mm-mm.
with this
No,
music thing.
it's worrying. When you've got kids,
Mm,
it's worrying. But yeah. So yeah, I do feel like they need to be made accountable. And I'm going to work on that, you
yeah.
know, to find out how we do that. Because social media, definitely,
Mm,
they need to be made accountable for what they're
mm,
doing to our kids.
mm.
It's shocking, man. Big up to everyone locked in as well. So I was going to say, your music, you need to start sending me for my show.
But as well, that's funny, you know, because I was gonna say something to you about the music thing as well. Like I got my man them right here as well. They got music in it. You see me, you see, I don't really do the music in it. I do it now and again for enjoyment. Cause I like spitting now and again. But I got man them that do it, yeah. And I was gonna ask you a favor, like whenever you, I know you're a DJ and that, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever you can, yeah, I'll send some music to you. And if you can play some for
Yeah.
me, I'd appreciate
Yeah, man. Yeah. Because I'm
it.
doing three shows a week. I represent for the best in Britain. All right, and
Okay.
I can edit all the tracks up anyway. You know what I mean? So Been doing that for a long time now, but yeah, I'd love to hear the music. I love finding new artists, and any music I've heard of you, I love it. Absolutely love it. All right,
Thank
so
you.
make sure to send me some of yours as well.
I will do. I will
Yeah,
do.
definitely.
So,
All right,
thanks,
so
Misty.
I'm going to lock it off now. All right, the interview. Do you want to give everybody your socials, your YouTube? Is it all the same? All the
Yeah,
same?
it's all the same. Yeah. I'm all
So,
right. They,
yeah.
if they don't know, yeah, I'm all right. They should know it by now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ah, all right. Well, bless you for coming on today. All right. Big up for everything that you're doing. And I wanted to say, like, in particular, your positivity. I love it. I
thank
actually
you.
love it, man.
Thanks,
It's
Misty.
just, it's refreshing, yeah, to come across somebody so positive. I mean, I'm always positive, you know what I mean? And I see the bigger picture. I see
Yeah,
where we're heading, where we want to go, you know what I mean? And make a difference for, you know, future generations, for all the future kids, for all, you know, just make life better because they
yeah, that's
deserve better, don't they?
yeah, they do.
Hmm. Shouts out to everyone locked in again. Shout out to Kim as well. Enough love to you, my darling. She's saying respect to us both. I know Kim is in, where are you? In Oxford sides, I think she is, but they haven't got any of the bleed control cabinets there.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to try and write to her MP and see if we can get, you know, some put in the area. But they need to be
Yeah,
right across the whole of the UK.
yeah, definitely,
Hmm.
definitely.
Yeah, but I'm sure we will do it. All right. But yeah, all right. Have a lovely evening. All right, whatever
You-
you're up to. Okay. Thank you for blessing the show this evening.
No
Okay.
problem. Keep doing your
All
good
right.
work as well.
Tough luck. Bless you. All
Bye.
right, and you too. Okay. Keep it up.
Bye.
All right. Enough love.